Hello, my name is Dima Buko, and I would like to tell you about the course we were working on for a whole year and which we introduced yesterday. The author and the star of this course is Andrei Dubovik. It is the course on the design of chocolates. We filmed this course exactly 1 year ago. It was in last April or May in Minsk. And now, amidst a pandemic, in the thick of this epidemiological disaster, we'll launch this course. Well, for us, it's huge. It truly is a huge event. The very thought that it all happens in the midst of this atmosphere makes this event even more romantic for us. In fact, this course involves two sides, two main components: the content provided by Andrei, and the second one, kind of technical one, provided by us, by me, the one who creates and organizes all the materials. The material and the time spent to process it have turned out to be so complicated and complex and voluminous that it took a whole year of sitting in front of a computer to transform it into some kind of a finished, coherent product. We put so much effort, like real effort, into it that my keys keep falling off, you see? Over the past 4 years, 4 years of online courses creation, Andrei and Ronya have gained so much expertise. Andrei has boosted his skills, he has learned how to teach students, we've learned how to create coherent courses. And now, when launching this course, I have a feeling that this is the true beginning of our project. Everything we did before was training and building expertise. But now, we've made a real thing. At the very beginning, when we just started our project, we came up with a very cool format: video tutorials on each topic, and step-by-step guides on the same topic. It worked. We realized from the very beginning that it was the right direction. Everyone who has ever studied at our academy confirmed that our format is on point. Today we continue working the exact same way. It makes it extremely challenging, though, to organize the material, but it's worth the hassle. In step-by-step guides we draw up, we follow an approach: fewer words, more photos. There's no such thing as unimportant details, especially if a person doesn't know a thing about the thing you are doing. We need to provide students with every bit of knowledge and information so that later, when students will try to recreate a design of a chocolate or any other confection, they won't face a situation when they need to wash a mold and they don't know how to do it correctly. It seems easy to wash a mold, but it's not as easy as you might think. It is a process which suggests a crazy lot of nuances, which you won't even think about until you actually start washing this mold. But if we say that Andrei's chocolates have this special shine, just know that this magnificent shine, this result, begins when you wash a mold. If you wash your mold wrong, you won't get the shine. We bought a great camera and shot 4K videos so we could use all the shots in the highest possible quality. In fact, Andrei's course is about small things to pay attention to. It is about details. It's easy to make molded chocolates, but it's difficult to make it exactly like you see it in our picture: shiny, beautiful, and perfect. It's difficult because every step of this process involves the knowledge of a huge number of details that need to be emphasized. Andrei highlights 80% of all the key points because he has practical experience of teaching people, he always sees the mistakes, and so on. He is a great teacher. There is 20% which are lost, but which create an abiding memory when you start working all by yourself. We changed our main camera to be able to shoot 4K video tutorials. We mounted the camera from above, we hung it over Andrei, over his head. I used to joke at our very first shooting that it would be cool to attach a camera to his head and shoot first-person videos. So we basically did it in this course. But there was no need to attach a camera to the hat. We just needed to mount it exactly above the slab. We filmed 4 terabytes of materials. I've been working on this material for a year and assembled video tutorials from everything we shot. We have 16 video tutorials. We employ fast cutting in each video. Some cut at 2 seconds, some are 3 seconds or maybe 1 second. What I'm trying to say is that our tutorials are very dynamic and energetic. We did it to convey a lot of information in an interesting way. Because how on earth is it possible to watch learning tutorials if they're boring as hell? We've got 5.5 hours of tutorials. For us, it's a lot for one course. It is 2 or 3 times more than in our previous courses, and we were proud of them nonetheless. We didn't want really to mention this number as if we had lots of learning materials. Well, as a rule, if people mention this number, it generally means that they have lots and lots of rubbish material, as if someone was too lazy to cut all the tutorials well. But now, when I got down to cutting the videos, I got like a 40-minute video tutorial. In other words, if you take any video tutorial, you will see that it somehow resembles a small but real movie in terms of the work done. I can boast that I'm friends with Andrei, so after all these 4 years of collaborative work, I know the answers to many questions which are frequently asked and not that frequently asked. This knowledge is pure gold in this niche. Every time after shooting another tutorial, I started blowing Andrei's mind. Imagine, he is tired, he doesn't want anything, he wants to go home, he wants to sleep. It's 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, but I started to ask questions. What works posted on Instagram he likes and dislikes? Why? Why some works are not as beautiful as his are? As you can understand, I asked him really stupid questions at the very beginning, but then they gradually evolved into some discussions, into Andrei's stream of consciousness, which was forming right in front of my eyes. He started to explain things and went on and on and on. And I realized that that was probably the most interesting part of everything we shot. We shot a video tutorial and it was not as fascinating as what he was talking about at that moment. He shared his opinion, his experience, his approach and vision. He was trying to predict possible mistakes. He was talking about what someone creates and posts on Instagram. When I just started working on the course materials, I understood that what we had filmed so far was fire. That was exactly what we needed. Let's say we have a lesson on basics of molded chocolates. So, roughly speaking, such a video can last 30 minutes, and when it ends, a viewer will see an off-screen part, backstage, where Andrei answers questions. This part can add about 15 minutes. In the end, we will have a 45-minute tutorial. These last 10-15 minutes are conversations with Andrei. The content is rad. There is a certain insufficiency of such content on the market to be able to convey knowledge to people efficiently. The challenge is that lots of things need to be aligned in order to film and organize everything. People who create the content need to make friends with the gurus who share knowledge. Because, you know, the dude who films videos, he makes videos his entire life. He knows nothing about chocolates or anything like that. Take Andrei. These secrets belong to him. He can be too shy even to start telling us about it. Like, people may think he's low-key showing off, right? All talented people are usually quite shy, you know, and think, I don't want to seem like a bit of a know-it-all, it's my puny opinion, so I leave it to myself. That's what they, talented people, think. But if you ask them and they answer, you understand that they can teach a massive number of people and their opinion conveys unreal amount of useful information. We met on our very first shooting day and filmed nothing, because we spent time discussing the value of what Andrei does. We made the first big super detailed tutorial on how to make chocolates. We don't actually show this material in other course tutorials, because everything is done exactly the same way. We just show how to make shells and, of course, how to recreate our designs. There are lots of details in the work process and how Andrei sees it. Let me tell you more about the design we call the eye, for example. You can make a pupil using this or that technique. You can make it with either this or that pupil pattern. You can make such an eye color when it's somewhat like green but not really green. But the thing is that if a person knows how to make chocolates, how to make this exact eye design, how to make a pupil and an iris, how to make all these layers and how to blow colorings, it doesn't necessarily mean that he or she will be able to recreate such an effect. To cut the long story short, the devil is in the details. We did a tutorial on all types of eyes, which we found interesting from a technical and visual points of view. We showed different techniques in one tutorial. We shared different blowing techniques. Okay, there's a basic design, there is its black and white variation. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you know how to make a basic design or how to make a black and white variation. It's rather you don't. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you know how to make both variations, that you can make these designs with these colorful highlights. And it doesn't mean that you know how to recreate the design without colorings. Basically, we're talking about details, but these details, or to be more precise, the combination of these details within a particular tutorial are of great value we're trying to convey in our courses. After 4 years of creation of online courses, I've realized that no one really understands what an online course is. No. Everyone understands what an online course is, but everyone understands different things by this concept. There's no rule which describes what an online course is. There's no one definition. People usually think that online courses are videos which one can watch, and that's it. All the rest is something that someone added to and implemented on his/her platform or project. We devised a gazillion of things, for real. We actually did it when we filmed the very first course. We had a vision of how an online course is supposed to work and what a good online course is. We knew exactly what an e-learning concept we want to follow. Under this concept, I understand a complex of materials, author support, and learning process, which includes material studying, independent work, assignment submission, feedback gathering, improvements, and communication. It's difficult to explain the whole process to a person on the fly. People ask, what are you doing there at all? Online courses? Well, okay, I see. No, it's not okay. You should ask, what online courses? What exactly are we doing there? Sheesh, lots of questions. People also ask, do you really teach how to make chocolates? And I will really learn how to make such chocolates after your online course? These are the associations of normal people, and it's fine. That's why our course website, Superpralinarium.com, consists of text. The main page contains a detailed description of what this course is about. We explain in details how it all works. We are very honest with you, so some of you might think that sometimes it sounds audaciously bold. The course enrollment procedure is not exactly the same in comparison to previous courses. It is similar to the procedure of university enrollment. First, you pay an enrollment fee. It's about $50. After you've paid the enrollment fee, you'll get access to the introductory module on equipment. You'll get a forever access to this module. On the one hand, you need to have a lot of things, and on the other hand, you can go without them to be able to work. But we can't give you a list. You have to understand your motives clearly. You have to act responsibly and be fully aware that this is what you want to master after the course completion, and this is what we show you. And it's not the same thing. We don't insist on you recreating our designs to 100%. No, you don't have to. Your goal is to gain as much knowledge as possible and learn some basic concepts we will talk about. And for this, you won't probably need to buy anything at all. But I don't know. We don't know. It will be up to you to decide after you've had a look at the introductory part. Therefore, the introductory part costs $50. It will become available after payment and enrollment. You will be able to access it and study the material anytime. You will get an insight into how the materials are arranged and how it all looks like. Let me show you. Here, you enroll and get access to the introductory tutorial. This is how our video materials look like. We also have a step-by-step guide for the introductory material on equipment. It's important. In this video, we talk about what we need for work, but at the same time, it is a step-by-step tutorial. Here we discuss how to work with an airbrush, how it works. We also mention such things which are often either left out or omitted, or people don't consider them necessary to mention. We talk about how spray buttons change in an airbrush and what they depend on. We bring up a topic of how to wash an airbrush, explain how compressors work, what parts they consist of. We also talk about the drain hole. We discuss even how to wash molds. The answers to all these questions on equipment and working environment are available in the introduction. You can buy it, have a look at it, and don't enroll in the course. You can actually learn a lot just from this material. You can understand how materials look like, whether the course is worth its money in your opinion. You can get prepared. You have months, half a year if you wish. You can start the course whenever you're ready, whenever you know that you have enough time, desire and stamina to take the course. Okay, you've decided to start it now. Pay the full price, the remaining part I mean, and be ready to get down to work according to the schedule like in our previous courses. For example, Superpralinarium kicks off on the 27th of April. It's Monday. Every week is a new module. Let me show it to you. The first week is introductory. It is about equipment. The second week is basic. It's about basic notions. The third week is devoted to feelings. Starting from week 4, we embark on the techniques and designs people usually come to this course for. The rest of the weeks are devoted to specific techniques, designs, and their implementation. That's how we work up to week 15. Week 15 and week 16 are optional and devoted to enrobed chocolates, hand-dipped chocolates, and dragées. We show you how to make them, but the assignments are optional. The obligatory part of the course is everything from week 1 to week 14 inclusive. Our course is on the design of molded chocolates. Therefore, the design of molded chocolates is obligatory. Fillings, dragées, hand-dipped chocolates, and enrobed chocolates are optional. These modules may be of special interest for some of you, but probably not that interesting for the others. I'm pretty much sure that many things will be stolen from us by people who create similar courses. I'm sure that some key points of material presentation in the course will become a standard. I would actually want it to be this way. Because one of the key ideas when we just started working on our project was that e-learning or distance learning is damn awful. And we wanted it to be awesome. I'm really proud of this particular course we've just presented. For me, I place such a high value on it that I'm joking that if you've created such a project, you can die peacefully. This course is on flick. It is so flawlessly styled and groomed. It is style, design, fashion, and all these things that are truly difficult to describe in words. It's just something that you can just feel or see in a picture. It's just on the level of understanding of all these trends. Superpralinarium is such a thing. You know, there are fashion trends in clothing, which are formed by the underground, by subcultures, by skateboarders, by uniform. And then they come to the world of haute couture, breaking all the rules and just blow everyone's minds because no one just gets what has happened. It's the same with Superpralinarium, but it's about chocolates. Here is Andrei, who doesn't have some cool background. He just has his own vision and understanding of design. Due to his exquisite workmanship and attention to detail, he bedazzles everyone in the industry. And here we are with Superpralinarium. And you also feel it. You join us in this journey trying to recreate all these crazy designs and succeed, all by yourselves. You recreate this beauty with this understanding, or you just walk on by. I have no desire to sell this course to anyone else. I'm really proud and happy that I was lucky enough to work with the guys, with everyone who is somehow involved in the project. I'm happy that we have finished the course and that we have made it like this. I think that everyone who accidentally or not accidentally enrolls in the course, even though I hope that there will be no random people, will feel it. And it will rock his or her world. I hope that the course will change your perception. I just want to say thank you to all the students of our courses. But first of all, I want to thank the students of Pralinarium. It is you who help us develop our expertise and understanding of what our new course should look like. Thank you all for supporting our initiative with a book based on the course. It was an amazing experience and it gave us the understanding of what to improve. Thank you everyone for your kind words and support. Thanks to those of you who write to us that they like our videos or Andrei's chocolates. It is very important for us. Every repost and every comment, they keep us going. We know that staying awake at night and being away from home during these difficult times are for a good reason. Stay safe and keep developing your skills no matter what. Keep learning, either with or without our help. Thank you all, and bye.